Hi and welcome to the R2D2 build. As you can see, we've been joined by Bandit. He's my little black and white pussycat. He gets into some of the videos sometimes. Never work with children and animals, I believe that's what they say. Anyway, we're going to carry on building R2D2, and in today's episode we're going to be using all of the parts that you can see, more or less all of the parts listed in the second magazine that you get. Now you do get the second magazine as part of the first package, and what they also suggest, I've had a little sneak peek, that we get to use this part of the shoulder from the first packet as well. So what are we building? We are starting to build the leg area and shoulder area of R2D2, and that's what we're using. I think we're going to end up using all of these parts on here. We'll find out as the episode progresses. If you're enjoying yourself here, then please do consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the notification buzzer. That way it will help the channel grow and we can reach out to more people and let them know what we're up to. And I would really appreciate that. If you're a returning subscriber and viewer, then thanks again for your continued support. I really do appreciate it. So let's get on with it, shall we? Right, so as you can see, I've got all the parts out for the start. Now the first lot of instructions is collect all the parts from this issue with the right shoulder plate, which is this one here, and the silver screws from the previous issue. Now the first thing it's telling us to do is to take the shoulder plate here, and we want this piece, I believe. Yeah, this piece. And that's going to go with the grooved section facing upwards, and that's got to be screwed in like that. That's got to be screwed in here. So we'll just do that. And again, it's good that the screwdriver is definitely magnetic. And let me just have a little bit here. And these are actually metal pieces, so the white parts are plastic, obviously, but these are metal. They're not plastic dressed up to look like metal. They are actual metal parts. So that will screw in nicely. Like that. And again, just be cautious. You're going into plastic, so don't over tighten. It's just got to fit there nicely. They're not going to be under any stress, so I wouldn't worry about having them really, really tight. So they're just really decorative parts. So with that one done, now we've got to take what looks like one of the rivet parts, which is one of these, and that's going to go, both of these are going to go here. And there is a little groove in the plastic, so if you see there is a little bit of a shape to it, and it's got to fit in there. So there is a right way up with these as well. And they might have done that to stop it from twisting when you're trying to do the screw. So here we go. If anybody watching this has any tips or tricks, notices that I'm doing anything that can be done in a slightly different way that's a bit more helpful, then please put that in the comments below. Constructive criticism is always welcome, and that goes with everything else. If there's anything else on the channel that you think I could be doing slightly better, then do let me know. So I'm always open for constructive criticism. So you can see that's already beginning to look a bit like a shoulder with mechanical parts, isn't it? So let's do this screw here. Obviously using the screwdriver properly is something I could do with. Right. So I remember watching Star Wars when it was first released, way back in 1976, was it 76? I don't remember it exactly in 76, but when I saw Star Wars, it was just simply Star Wars. There was no Episode 4 or A New Hope. That didn't really happen until after The Empire Strikes Back, which came out in 1980, I think. So we've now constructed that part, and we're now going to be using these two bits here, I believe. Right, so for this it says the hydraulic arm piston has a D shape. It has a D-shaped hole to fit the end of the hydraulic arm shaft. Put a spot of super glue in the hole. Right, this is where we need a little bit of super glue. Now I've got this super glue, it's got a lovely little nozzle there, so you can be very precise with how much you put in. You don't want to put in a large amount, just enough, I think, for the surface. There we go. There isn't a great deal of not a great deal amount of super glue in there. And then you can see the shape, so you just match that up, and then that will glue on. That will set. And what we've got to do with this is now put it onto this panel here. So we've done that, then press LRP fully into LR06, so that's the two different parts there as in the second photo. So they've shown you the photos there. Then fit the two small posts on the back of LPR06 onto the matching holes in the centre of LPR06, making sure that you get the assembly the right way round. So this is this bit here, and I would imagine that's what we're doing there. So when they say the right way round, if you have it the wrong way round, it's going down the leg, and we want it that way up, so it goes to the top. Okay, turn the assembly over and use two of the silver screws to fix. Right. So right. Let's get that started. So you're going to screw with both screws, two screws, going to screw that into place. As you can see, I'm struggling a little bit to hold it in place and screw at the same time. So I'll just rest it there. Once the screw's got a bit of the bite on the thread, it does go in really easily. There we go. And now I just need a second screw for that piece, which I can't seem to find. So I dropped it. Right. Nope. It appears that I've lost the screw already. So two videos in for the actual build and I've lost the screw. I will come back to that, provided I don't need any more screws. So we'll go on to the next stage, which is 9, and this says the small cap has a pin that fits the hole in the hydraulic arm coupler. So that's that, and that is the pin, and that goes in on the top. Put a spot of super glue on the pin. So we're going to be gluing this piece into there. And I'll use this. I got this glue from Poundland, so it's nothing really special, but it has got quite a handy little nozzle on there, so you can be precise with the amount of glue that you put in. So We'll glue that onto there. And this ends up on here. Supposed to. Oh, I see how that sits now. So you've got a groove in there, and you've got the groove there, and you've got the groove on the piece that you fit it, and that slides down on there like that. Right. A line slot on the slide of LPR03 with the flats on the end of LPR05 as shown. So that's what I've just shown you there. Onto them, and then press them firmly together until the glue sets. So again, we're using a little bit more glue here as well. So what I would do is put the glue on here in the actual runner, and then slide them down there, and just leave it like that. So that's going to set. Now onto stage 11. See how R2D2's leg will go together. You can take the shoulder plate assembly, which is this, from step 5 and test fit the posts on the back of the machined holes LPR. That completes the assembly for this. So what we're doing is just checking that so we've got these little areas here should match up with the holes, which they do, and that completes this part of the build. Between now and the next episode, I'm going to find another screw to go in there. I don't know if I lost it or I just haven't opened enough packets, but we'll find out, and that's how it's looking all together. Okay, so that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Next week I'll be reviewing the magazines, so I won't be doing any part of the build next week. Come back in 2 weeks' time if you want to watch the building process. Next week I'll be reviewing the magazines. So thank you very much for your time, and I'll see you then. Please do feel free to leave comments in the appropriate areas and tell me what I'm doing right or wrong. And I look forward to reading them. Thanks for your time. See you soon.